Hey everybody, this is Joshua T. Berglund coming to you live from Laguna Niguel. So, would you ever, ladies, let me ask you this, would you ever take beauty advice from your husband, significant other, boyfriend? Would you ever take beauty advice from them? And I'm not talking about advice like, honey, does this make me look fat? Or, honey, do you think I should wear these earrings or those? You know, do you want the J-Lo hoops? Or, you know, no, I'm not talking about that. In fact, I'm talking about, honey, do you think I should get Botox? Or do you think this color of my makeup works? Or do you think that I should, which microneedling treatment do you think I should get if I should get it at all? Honey, what's the best skincare product for me? I'm having some really bad hyperpigmentation issues. Like, would you ever take advice from your husband? Would you? Seriously. So the funny thing is, I'm in one of these weird positions where when just 3 years ago, I never used skincare. My mom used to tell me all the time, like, I need to get Botox, I need to get Botox. And, you know, here's the thing. My mom is a former Mrs. America. My mom is, you know, I don't even want to say her age, but my mom she's my mom. I'm 37, so do the math. But the point is, my mom is still like one of the most stunning, most beautiful women on the entire planet. Inside and out, mind you. My mom is even more amazing inside, but she is a beautiful woman. And I've had to deal with hearing it my entire life, in fact. But I never wore skincare. My mom used to just all the time push me, like, you gotta use skincare. And I just blew her off. Like, I didn't have a care in the world. And I remember she told me to come over. She goes, you need to start using an eye cream at least, because I was getting wrinkles around my eyes. And anyway, getting some serious crow's feet. It's like crow's feet that were actually, it was like Bigfoot had crow's feet and stepped on my eyes. Like, that's what it looked like. And so she gave me this giant box of skincare. And when I'm saying giant box, it's about this big, about that tall, and it was full of every skincare product you can imagine. And not just, I'm not talking Walgreens stuff. I'm talking about imported from, like, name a country. Like, it's products from everywhere, all the major names that you know about. And the funny thing is, they were all half full. All of them. I don't know why I'm holding my fingers up like this, but they were all full. So I've tried it. I used some of it. And, you know, I was like, oh, okay, but I didn't really know anything. And right around the time that my father got melanoma and my interest in aesthetics started to really kind of ramp up and getting out of healthcare and starting to really look at this as an option for me, and really with my passion of understanding the skin and what had gone on, I really dove in. And by some very crazy, you know, just random opportunities, fell into and of distributing a skincare line and multiple medical devices. And to say that I got geeked out by skincare would be an understatement. And so somehow over the last 3 years, I've become this expert in the industry. And it's not from being a scientist. It's not an expert as in, oh, I have a medical degree and I'm a doctor. But I'm an expert in the sense of I have access to almost every skincare line on the planet, almost every medical device. And in what I do, I have people send me product to try. Now, some products I can show you, some I can't. But the one advantage that I have is that I know the pros and cons of almost every skincare line, of almost every medical device. And so I know literally the pros and cons. I understand how things are, how the skincare lines are made. And I know which science is kind of hocus pocus and which is legitimate. And I've kind of branded myself as the guy that is going to give you the pros and cons. So one day after getting a giant shipment, it was like 4 separate skincare lines. Some were private label, some were, had never really taken off because they didn't have the proper support behind it. And so I get this giant box sent to me of 4 different skincare lines to try. And so I'm getting ready to leave the house to pull out, and I see Karen, my fiance, outside. And as I'm backing up, I stop and I roll down the window. I go, "Hey, do you want to do peels tonight when we get home?" And her response was, "Well, I was thinking about having a beer and watching SportsCenter, but okay, sure." And this is my life. This is my life where now, instead of me going to my mother for skincare advice or to get her leftovers of skincare, now my mother, fiance, and my network of friends all manage to come to me to know what is really good and what's not. And I've been getting so amazing to get products like Filarina sent to me, which is this amazing alternative to fillers or Botox that, I just started using, and Liquid BioCell, which is, look, these things are so far ahead of their time, and for the United States, like, people don't even get it. People don't even understand like how amazing some of these products are, because they're falling for the hype of clever marketing. They're falling for the hype of these before and after pictures that just, look, before and after pictures, I don't want to say you can throw them away, but if you're hanging your hat on your financial investment on before and after pictures, you need to like change the way you think about how this works, because they're garbage. You can't put your faith in that. You know what you can put your faith in? I'm going to show you something real quick. When you see this, when you see something like this and the product that you want to use is in this, that's what you can take serious. You can see real before and after pictures. You can see real data. And it's broken down, believe it or not. You don't need to be a scientist to understand this. This is good stuff right here, okay? So I've been so fortunate that I want to show you guys something. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I've been so fortunate to, and I don't know if it was my background working with disabled people where, for 18 years, it wasn't about, selling product was not, or selling medical equipment is not about, oh, I'm going to use clever marketing to get somebody that's a quadriplegic to buy this wheelchair. It's not how it works. In fact, the selection of the wheelchair is pretty much almost out of your hands. What it comes down to is how you get ahead and how you succeed and how you become the #1 company. How you become respected in the industry is not for your clever marketing. It's not for your advertising budget. It's for the quality of the work that you do and the service that you provide. And somehow 18 years of that mindset, 18 years of that sacrificing, your personal life, your family life, really, truthfully, sacrificed everything for the people that we were trying to help. That mentality, for me, transferred over to aesthetics. And I remember my first show, I was at the Aesthetic Show in Las Vegas. It was 2014. I think that was my first one. And I remember walking through the hall, looking at these lasers going, that's crap. How in the world are they getting away with saying it? How can they make these claims? How can they even hint that this light is going to do blank? I mean, again, and I don't want to start throwing stones, but there is a lot of crap. Like what people spend their money on in aesthetics to try to look beautiful, right? For anti-aging, for healthy skin, the amount of money that people spend and waste is criminal. And it's not their fault. It's not. It's because they're not being told the truth. They're not being told the true pros and cons of every product. And that is a problem. And that is why, for me, if I was going to stay in this industry, I wanted to be on the side of the industry that provided a service that not only protected the doctors, but it also protected the consumer. And that I wanted to be a part of the movement that changed the aesthetic world for the better, that presented the pros and cons of every device, that was straightforward, so people knew when they were going into a purchase or they were going to get a procedure, they knew everything up front. Like, people waste hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on lasers that never work, that hurt people, or they have no intention in learning how to do properly. There's so many issues with this. So I position myself as somebody, and I've been very blessed to be very successful in doing this, that I'm going to present the pros and cons. I'm going to teach people how to make the proper purchase, to how to make the proper skin care buying decisions. And there's a lot of great brands. But frankly, a lot of the great brands that you want, a lot of the great brands that really are going to change your health and change your life, you don't know anything about them because those people spent their money on research and development, not marketing. And I'm here to bring those things to you. So as a legitimate expert in this industry, not as a scientist, not as a doctor, but as somebody that can read science, that does have access to the manufacturers and knowing what the pros and cons really are, that is my role in this. And this is what I'm going to be sharing with you. In all of my future blogs, you're going to see me talk about, you would see or read me talking about the pros and cons of many different skincare lines or different products. Look, the supplement industry is no different. I can't tell you how much money I've wasted on freaking pre-workouts or proteins and creatines and everything else, and come to find out my body wasn't even absorbing them. So I'm here to eliminate these problems for you. I'm here to introduce the real truth to you. I'm here to introduce cutting-edge products like Liquid BioCell, like Stromaderm, like frankly, even Benev. Benev has some of the most amazing products that no one's ever tried. And now, of course, Filarina. So in my blogs and in what I'm doing for everybody, my goal is to bring you the truth. But I'm also very interested to know what you are currently using and what you have questions about. Now, here's the deal. I may not know the answer right away, but I can get you the truth. I can get you the real answer. I can get you the facts. So I would really be grateful for your feedback. I really want you guys to reach out. Let me know how you feel about the certain products that you're using. I don't care if it's from Africa, anywhere in Europe or Australia. There's some great lines actually out of Australia. Korea, China, it doesn't matter. Mexico, Oklahoma, I really don't care. I want to know what you guys are using. I want to know what questions you have, whether it's about a laser device or microneedling or you name it. Just throw it at me. Throw it at me. Beauty products. Throw it all at me, and let's have some fun with this. Anyway, thank you so much for all your time. God bless you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.